provisions allowing the governor and the House of Assembly to suspend elected local officials, which are inconsistent with the 1999 Constitution, which guarantees the supremacy of democratically elected governments. You may recall that on February 3rd, 2026, the State House of Assembly announced a 90-day suspension of the vice chairman following allegations of misconduct. However, with this latest court order, the Assembly and all related parties are now barred from taking any further step towards its removal until the substantive issues are determined by the courts. We'll take a quick break and we'll look at more stories when we return. Do stay tuned.
Welcome to Dursag Engineering and Services Limited, a trusted name in the oil and gas industry, proudly registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission since the year 2000. We hold several specialized permits with the Department of Petroleum Resources, are accredited with service and product codes by NIPEX, certified by Dun & Bradstreet, and proudly ISO 9001:2015 certified. Our head office is strategically located at 43 Airport Road, Warri, Delta State, Nigeria. At Dursag, our areas of expertise cut across critical sectors, including manpower sourcing and supply, both local and highly trained expatriate personnel. Engineering services across civil, electrical, instrumentation, and mechanical works. Construction and fabrication works. Specialized procurement and supply. Operations and maintenance services. And integrated marine services, delivering supply boats, crew boats, tugboats, barges, houseboats, and speed boats. We are proud partners to some of the industry's leading players, including NNPC and its subsidiaries, Seplat Petroleum, First Hydrocarbon Nigeria Limited, ND Western, Saipem Contracting Nigeria Limited, and Lee Engineering and Construction, among others. Over the years, we have successfully executed manpower, EPC, and marine support projects with a strong record of excellence. At Dursag Engineering, we are committed to quality, safety, and timely delivery, ensuring that every project meets and exceeds expectations. Dursag Engineering and Services Limited, your trusted partner in delivering world-class engineering and energy solutions.
All right, you're welcome back. Now, in regards to the issue concerning the vice chairman that was suspended by the House of Assembly in Cross River, right? In Cross River, that went to the courts, that's the Ogoja Legislative Council, right? He went to the court and the court has given his ruling. We have on the line, joining us via phone call, our correspondent from Cross River, the person of Simon Ushe. Simon, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, good. Now, Simon, what is the updates? Because I was made to understand that there is recent happenings or recent updates in regards to this legal issue that is happening in Cross River. So, what do we have as in terms of updates to this issue?
Okay, thank you. Firstly, let me give a background of Ogoja local government area. Ogoja is a very strategic government in the policies of Cross River. We must recall that Ogoja is only regional that never became a state. So unofficially, Ogoja is like and its district headquarters, known as Senatorial District. The core senator represents the current local government in Cross State number Senatorial District. It also from the regional government. So that shows how powerful the government is.
We could get you, Simon. Hold on. Can we get you correctly? You said the House of Assembly still went ahead to impeach the vice chair.
The House of Representatives issued a statement of impeachment from the vice chairman, Emmanuel Yakub, which is against a court order issued referring from and part of the allegations that was leveled against the abandonment of duty, disregard for constitutional authority, rules of engagement. According to them, they had issued a statement and notice to him to appear before the committee on public prosecution. But he sent a letter as he was speaking, so he couldn't attend anything with them. So this morning I went ahead and impeached on him.
Okay, so he has been impeached. Has he been impeached?
According to the State House of Assembly, was impeached. But there was already a court order asking the House of Assembly not to vote for an impeachment case. It was according to this lawyer about his time. He quoted the 2007 local government council law, which the people of Authority and the governor of Cross River State were seen on an elected local government council leader. So we are now having issue of legality and issue of morality.
All right. Thank you, and Simon, for that update. We will continue to give you guys more updates as it comes. Simon, thank you very much. And any more updates you get from the story, just do update us so we can update the people. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So let's continue with the news. The legal battle over the detention of former Kaduna State Governor Malam Nasir El-Rufai has taken a more urgent turn. His media advisor Muyiwa Adekeye has revealed that 8 days after the former governor voluntarily reported to authorities the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commissions, ICPC, is yet to respond to his application for bail. El-Rufai, who was first held by the EFCC on February 16, was transferred to ICPC's custody last Wednesday. His legal team maintains that the 48-hour constitutional window for holding a person without charge has long expired, adding that no remand order has been presented to justify his continued stay. Beyond the detention, El-Rufai has now approached the Federal High Court to challenge the legality of a search conducted at his Abuja residence last Thursday. His lawyers are seeking to invalidate the search warrant, citing what they call material drafting errors and a lack of probable cause. Adding to the gravity of the situation, his counsel, Ubong Akpan, has raised alarms over the former governor's health, reporting a recent episode of nose bleeding while in custody. The legal team also claims that access for family and lawyers has been restricted. This week is set to be a decisive one for the former governor. On February 25th, an FCT High Court is expected to hear his fundamental right case seeking bail, while he is also scheduled for arraignment on separate charges filed by the DSS. Meanwhile, the former Kaduna State Governor, Same Malam Nasir El-Rufai, has hit back at the federal authorities with a massive 1 billion naira fundamental rights enforcement suit, and the legal action filed through his counsel, Oluwole Iyamu SAN, is a direct challenge to the February 19th invasion and search of his Abuja residence by the agents of the ICPC and the Nigeria Police. In the suit filed before the Federal High Court, El-Rufai is asking for a declaration that the search warrant used during the operation was null, void, and fundamentally defective. His legal team argues that the warrant issued by a FCT magistrate lacked particularity and was riddled with drafting errors and ambiguity. Specifically, the suit points out that the warrant vaguely referred to things aforesaid without listing any specific items to be seized, which they claim led to an illegal and unreasonable intrusion into the governor's privacy. In addition to the 1 billion naira in damages, El-Rufai is seeking an order for the immediate return of all documents and electronic devices scattered away during the raid. He is also asking the court to restrain the government from using any evidence obtained during the search in any future prosecution, arguing that evidence procured through constitutional breaches is inadmissible. An affidavit supporting the motion claims that the raiding officers failed to submit themselves to be searched before entering the premises, and that the entire exercise caused the former governor undue humiliation and distress. And the respondent in the suit includes the ICPC, the Chief Magistrate of the FCT, the Inspector General of Police, and the Attorney General of the Federation. And the move adds a significant layer of legal complexity to El-Rufai's ongoing detention, which, as at the time of filing this bulletin, has entered its 9th day. And the National Assembly has postponed its resumption of plenary, originally scheduled for Tuesday, February 24th, pushing the date back to March 5th. And in a statement by the clerk to the National Assembly, Kamuro Ogunlana, the leadership explained that the delay is necessary to allow various committees to conclude ongoing budget defense sessions. This marks a significant pause in legislative activities, as the last plenary was held just a week ago for crucial deliberations. And this postponement comes at a time of heightened tension between the legislature and the executive over the nation's fiscal direction. The Senate has publicly questioned the economic team regarding the poor implementation of the 2025 budget and raised serious alarm over the feasibility of the proposed 58.7 trillion naira 2026 budget. And during recent sessions, lawmakers expressed frustration over inadequate capital releases and recent public debt. The Minister of Finance, Wale Edun, faced intense questioning while the chairman of the National Revenue Service, Zach Adedeji, admitted that previous budgets were often built on unrealistic revenue assumption. And the chairman of the Senate Committee on Appropriation, Adeola Olamilekan, pointedly asked if the executive actually has the confidence to deliver on the 2026 proposal. And in response, the Finance Ministry assured the Senate that cash plans are being submitted and that outstanding payments for 2025 will begin within days. The lawmakers then moved into closed-door sessions to determine if the 2026 estimates will be accepted or sent back for a total review. And in legal matters, Justice Peter Kekemeke of the Federal Capital Territory High Court in Maitama has struck out the 3-count forgery charge filed against Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Mike Ozekome. The case, which was initiated by the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, in January, took an unexpected turn during Tuesday's scheduled arraignment. And Rotimi Oyedipo, counsel to the Attorney General of the Federation, who recently took over the case, moved a surprise application to withdraw the charges. Oyedipo explained to the court that the Attorney General's office requires more time to review and consolidate evidence from multiple investigating agencies. He noted that this withdrawal is intended to strengthen the prosecution and ensure the case is handled with the highest level of diligence and due process. The 68-year-old senior lawyer has been accused by the ICPC of presenting forged documents, including a Nigerian passport, to a London tribunal in 2021. The documents were allegedly used to support a claim of ownership for a property located in London. The charges included giving false information and attempting to deceive a public authority. And while the ICPC had initially pursued a high-profile matter through its legal department, the court's decision to grant the AGF's withdrawal request effectively ended the current phase of the proceeding. Justice Keke Meke subsequently struck out the suit, leaving the door open for the federal government to refile once their internal review is complete. And the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has made a passionate plea to Nigeria's religious and political leaders to show greater compassion for the poor and underprivileged. Speaking on Monday at the Presidential Villa while hosting state governors for an interfaith breaking of the fast, the President noted that the rare convergence of Ramadan and Lent underscores a common humanity. He described the period as one defined by discipline, sacrifice, and strong determination to pray and work together. In a statement released by presidential spokesman Bayo Onanuga, the president urged leaders to design programs that directly impact the livelihood of those at the grassroots. He emphasized that the development, compassion, and opportunity must not recognize religion, tribes, or status. The president specifically commended Governor Babagana Zulum of Borno State for providing outreach to both Muslims and Christians during the fasting period. He also shared light-hearted moments with Kano Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf and urged the Ebonyi State Governor to temper justice with mercy regarding recent crisis in the state. And turning to the economy and national security, President Tinubu declared that Nigeria is finally out of the woods and moving away from the dark tunnel of uncertainty. Most significantly, the president reaffirmed that the establishment of state police is no longer a matter of politics, but practicality. He noted that security is the foundation of prosperity and vowed to empower states with the tools needed to protect their people, ensuring that farms and businesses can flourish once again. In closing his address, the president assured Nigerians that the promises of his administration would not be postponed, stating that as long as the nation remains united, the best is yet to come. And we'll take updates from the business world after the break. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Dursag Engineering and Services Limited, a trusted name in the oil and gas industry, proudly registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission since the year 2000. We hold several specialized permits with the Department of Petroleum Resources, are accredited with service and product codes by NIPEX, certified by Dun & Bradstreet, and proudly ISO 9001:2015 certified. Our head office is strategically located at 43 Airport Road, Warri, Delta State, Nigeria. At Dursag, our areas of expertise cut across critical sectors, including manpower sourcing and supply, both local and highly trained expatriate personnel. Engineering services across civil, electrical, instrumentation, and mechanical works. Construction and fabrication works. Specialized procurement and supply. Operations and maintenance services. And integrated marine services, delivering supply boats, crew boats, tugboats, barges, houseboats, and speed boats. We are proud partners to some of the industry's leading players, including NNPC and its subsidiaries, Seplat Petroleum, First Hydrocarbon Nigeria Limited, ND Western, Saipem Contracting Nigeria Limited, and Lee Engineering and Construction, among others. Over the years, we have successfully executed manpower, EPC, and marine support projects with a strong record of excellence. At Dursag Engineering, we are committed to quality, safety, and timely delivery, ensuring that every project meets and exceeds expectations. Dursag Engineering and Services Limited, your trusted partner in delivering world-class engineering and energy solutions. Welcome to
All right, welcome back to some business stories. Investors and market participants are on urge as the Central Bank of Nigeria's Monetary Policy Committee concludes its 304th meeting in Abuja. Ahead of the highly anticipated communique, the Naira saw a slight dip in the official market on Monday, closing at 1,353.50 Naira to the dollar, down from 1,348 Naira to the dollar recorded last Friday. And despite this mild pressure in the official window, the parallel market shows signs of resilience, with the currency actually strengthening to 1,358 Naira compared to Friday's 1,361 Naira. This cautious trading comes at a critical time. This cautious trading comes at a critical time while the Naira fluctuates. Nigeria's external reserves have continued an impressive upward trend, now sitting at over $48.7 billion. And market analysts are currently divided on what the MPC will do next, while headline inflation has slowed for 11 consecutive months, dropping to 15.1% as of January. Many wonder if the CBN will finally pivot away from its tight monetary stance. And you also recall that in the last meeting in November, the committee held the benchmark interest rate at 27% to curb inflation. And with Fitch Solutions predicting that the Naira's recent stability might face fresh headwinds before the end of the year, all eyes are now on the CBN governor for a signal on interest rates, liquidity, and long-term roadmap for exchange rate stability. And another business story, Skyway Aviation Handling Company PLC, reportedly popularly known as SACO, has reached a historic milestone, becoming the first aviation ground handling company in Nigeria to achieve the prestigious ISO IEC 271:2022 certification. And this globally recognized standard for information security management systems confirmed that SACO has met the most stringent international requirements for protecting sensitive data and managing cybersecurity risk. In an era where the aviation industry is increasingly driven by technology, from cargo processing to passenger handling, this certification is crucial for safeguarding the confidentiality and integrity of airline partner information and regulatory communication. The certification follows a rigorous audit process that evaluated SACO's core operational areas. By attaining this standard, the company joins an elite group of global service providers capable of maintaining business continuity in the face of evolving cyber threats. The executive director of SACO, Dr. Babatunde Afolabi, emphasized that information security at the firm is no longer just an IT function, but an organizational responsibility. He noted that through structured training and strict policies, the company has built a proactive security culture designed to protect every piece of data belonging to customers and stakeholders. And this latest achievement adds to a long list of international certification held by SACO, including ISAGO and QMS, and further cementing its reputation as a trailblazer in Africa's aviation ground handling sector. And the Nigerian Exchange Limited, NGX, has issued a stern warning to Tantalizer PLC and MPF Microfinance Bank PLC over alleged insider dealings conducted during their respective closed periods. In separate cautionary letters published in the latest ex-compliance reports, the exchange revealed that both companies breached Rule 1718. This specific listing rule strictly prohibits insiders, such as directors and connected persons, from trading in a company share during sensitive closed windows, when material financial information has not yet been made public. And the warning comes at a time when both stocks are seeing massive rallies. Tantalizer has surged by a staggering 116% so far in 2026, driven by its recent diversification into entertainment and a 2 billion naira investment in its Tantainment subsidiary. And meanwhile, MPF Microfinance Bank has gained over 85% year to date, following the lender's recent return to profitability. And market analysts note that these warnings are part of a broader tightening of oversight by the NGX. And this follows the recent suspension of Zikis Agro-Allied PLC after its share price skyrocketed by over 700% in just 1 month. And the exchange maintains that enforcing these closed periods restriction is critical to preventing information asymmetry and ensuring that minority shareholders are protected. While both Tantalizer and MPF Microfinance Bank remain among the top performing stocks of the year, these regulatory red flags serve as a reminder that high performance must be matched by high standards of corporate governance. And Silicon Valley is witnessing a tectonic shift in the AI arms race as Advanced Micro Device, or AMD, has announced a massive $60 billion deal to supply artificial intelligence chips to Meta platform over the next 5 years. This agreement is a dual threat move, and not only does it secure a massive customer for AMD's upcoming MI450 flagship hardware, but it also allows Mark Zuckerberg's Meta to purchase up to a 10% stake in a chip firm. AMD shares reacted instantly, surging more than 10% in pre-market trading. AMD CEO Lisa Su revealed that the deal includes 6 gigawatts worth of processing power specifically optimized for inference and the computing process that allows AI chatbots like ChatGPT or Meta AI to respond to users in real time. And interestingly, Meta actually helped co-design the MI450 chip to ensure it delivers maximum performance with minimal energy consumption. This deal follows a similar pact AMD signed with OpenAI last year, signaling that the biggest player in big tech are looking for viable alternatives to NVIDIA's current market stranglehold. Meta's infrastructure head, Santosh Jonathan, noted that the sheer scale of their data center expansion requires multiple vendors, confirming that while they are betting big on AMD, they will continue to buy from NVIDIA and even explore Google Tensor processors. The financial stakes here are staggering, combining capital expenditures from the Big Four, that is Alphabet, Microsoft, Amazon, and Meta, is expected to top $630 billion this year alone, by allowing Meta to own a piece of its supplier through a warrant for 160 million shares. AMD is effectively locking in one of the world's largest buyers as a long-term partner in the race for AI supremacy. And to international stories, it's exactly 4 years since the start of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, a conflict that has reshaped global security and continues to test the resolve of Western alliance. At a commemorative ceremony at NATO headquarters in Brussels, Secretary General Mark Rutte paid tribute to what he called the unwavering grit of the Ukrainian people. Rutte was blunt in his assessment of the current needs on the front lines, stating that the promise of help does not end the war. He urged allies to ramp up military and financial aid, stressing that Ukraine requires ammunition today and every day until the bloodshed stops. Rutte also addressed the prospect of a long-term resolution, asserting that there can be no true peace in Europe without real peace in Ukraine. He emphasized that once the fighting eventually stops, it must be followed by effective security guarantees from Europe, Canada, and the United States to ensure Russia cannot strike again. The Secretary General's remark comes as other European leaders, including French President Emmanuel Macron and British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, expressed skepticism about short-term peace, citing a lack of willingness from the Kremlin despite the bleak winter. And despite the bleak winter, Rutte concluded with a message of hope, noting that the flame of freedom remains alive and burning in Ukraine.
What Ukraine has endured. But while we pay tribute to those lost and those suffering, we also stand in hope. Inspired by 4 years of unbroken resistance. NATO stood with Ukraine from the beginning. We stand with you today, and we will stand with you throughout the challenges ahead. The flame of freedom is alive in Ukraine, and that flame
All right. Meanwhile, the president of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, addressed Ukrainians from a symbolic location, the small white-walled bunker room beneath Vancouver Street, where he first directed the country's defense in February 2022. In a poignant 19-minute video, Zelensky reflected on the early hours of the invasion, recalling the moment U.S. President Joe Biden offered him an evacuation route. He reminded the world of his now legendary response, "I need ammunition, not a ride." However, the president's message today was as much about the future as it was the past. Amid ongoing peace talk brokered by the United States, Zelensky issued a stern warning to his own negotiators and the international community. Peace must not come at the cost of sovereignty or justice. He insisted that nullifying the struggle and courage of the last 4 years would be a betrayal of every soldier and civilian who has fallen. Zelensky also extended a direct invitation to U.S. President Donald Trump, urging him to visit Kyiv. He argued that only by seeing the struggle with his own eyes could any world leader truly understand why Ukraine refuses to cede territory that so many have died to protect. And despite current divisions among European allies over funding and sanctions, Zelensky's address served as a firm reminder that while Ukraine seeks a strong, dignified, and lasting peace, the spirit of resistance remains unbroken.
He has not broken Ukrainians. He has not won this war. We have preserved Ukraine, and we will do everything to secure peace and justice. Today marks exactly 4 years since Putin started his 3-day push to take Kyiv, and that, in fact, says a great deal about our resistance, about how Ukraine has fought all this time. Behind those words stand millions of our people. Behind those words stand immense courage, incredibly hard work, endurance, and the long path Ukraine has been pursuing since February 24th.
All right, well, we hope for peace in the region of Ukraine and Russia. Down to America, a visit from a romantic partner of infamous cartel boss Nemesio Oseguera, known as El Mencho, led to his capture and death. Mexican authorities said in an assessment of Sunday's operation. This report produced by Freddie Joyner of Reuters.
After the capture and death of infamous Mexican drug lord El Mencho, left behind a trail of charred vehicles on Monday, including this school bus in Oaxaca. At least 25 members of Mexico's National Guard military police lost their lives in the attacks. Mexico's security minister said 30 cartel members were also killed during the violence, as well as one bystander, and at least 70 people were arrested across 7 states. Schools remained closed and streets were largely empty as soldiers and security forces swept the area. In an assessment of Sunday's military operation to capture Nemesio El Mencho Oseguera, Mexican authorities on Monday said a visit from a romantic partner was ultimately what led to his apprehension. Defense Minister Ricardo Trevilla gave details to reporters.
Through military intelligence work, we located a trusted person of one of El Mencho's romantic partners who transported her to a facility in the town of Tapalpa, Jalisco. At that location, she met with El Mencho, this romantic partner, And on February 21st, she left the property and we obtained information that El Mencho remained at that location.
Oseguera, along with 2 of his bodyguards, were injured during the raid. All 3 were transported by helicopter to Mexico City, but did not survive. Oseguera's death triggered violence across Mexico, where cartel loyalists blocked roads and burned vehicles in retaliation against the government.
Burned out cars in the middle of the street.
U.S. tourist Ryan Davis, who was on holiday with his boyfriend in Puerto Vallarta, said he was awoken by blasts but assumed they were fireworks.
There have been fires that were ongoing all day, and you could see them from various aspects of the roof, and some of them were far away, some of them were close, some of the smoke would hit you. And that was later in the day when this helicopter, it's hard to see in the video, but on both sides of the helicopter, there are men with very large guns. So we just hoped that they were the good guys and not the bad guys.
President Claudia Sheinbaum on Monday denied U.S. participation in the operation to capture Oseguera, Mexico's most wanted cartel leader, but did say that information was exchanged. Oseguera's death deals a strong blow to the Jalisco New Generation cartel, believed to be a major supplier of fentanyl to the U.S.
And to sports stories, 11 years after the fight of the century shattered every record in boxing history, the 2 defining titans of a generation are set to do it all over again. Floyd Money Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao has officially signed on for a blockbuster professional rematch scheduled for Saturday, September 19th, 2026. In a move that brings the sport into a new era, the bout will be the first ever boxing match hosted at the Sphere in Las Vegas, the city's most technologically advanced venue. The fight will be streamed globally on Netflix, reaching over 325 million subscribers. Mayweather, who turns 49 this week, is coming out of a 9-year professional retirement to defend his perfect 50-0 records. His last pro outing was his 2017 victory over Conor McGregor. Meanwhile, the 47-year-old Pacquiao has stayed relatively active, most recently fighting to a majority draw against Mario Barrios in July 2025. And the rivalry remains as sharp as ever. Mayweather released a statement saying he has already beaten Manny once and expects the same result. Pacquiao, however, fired back, stating he wants Mayweather to finally live with the 1 loss on his record and forever remember who gave it to him. And promoters are promising an immersive, high-tech production unlike anything seen in combat sports. While a weight class has yet to be finalized, the battle for the ages is already being billed as the biggest sporting event of the year. And the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium in Benin City has come alive as the 2nd edition of the Niger Delta Games officially kicked off. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, while declaring the Games open, emphasized that Nigerians' development is incomplete without sports, describing it as a unique platform for talent discovery and a powerful symbol for national unity. The event, which brings together thousands of young athletes from across the 9 Niger Delta states, is being hailed as a strategic investment in the region's human potential. Our correspondent gives us sights and sounds of the opening ceremony.
This game represents more than competition. It symbolises possibility that Niger Delta is not only defined by its resources, but also by its resilient development and unlimited human potentials. True sport character is built. In this tournament, there is no division, only teamwork, excellence, and pursuit of greatness. This is the spirit we must carry beyond this arena into our various communities. To our athletes, you carry the dream of millions of young people. I urge you to compete with passion and integrity. Let your performance reflect the strength, courage, and demonstration of our people. To organizers, the NDDC, we commend your vision in using sports as a vehicle for youth empowerment, regional integration, and sustainable peace.
All right, that concludes today's bulletin, Metro Update Bulletin, and thank you for staying tuned to this hour. Now, for more updates, follow our digital platform. You can download the TVM's app on Apple Play Store and Apple Store and Google Play Store, and also follow us on social media, Facebook, X, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, to follow news reporting and to follow our content live. I am Lawrence Jr. Agwele, and thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.
Welcome to St. Augustine's College, Ogara, Delta State, Nigeria.
8 years of academic excellence doesn't just come as a good Nollywood film. It has been a step-by-step rise in academic achievements with back-to-back outstanding performances in both our junior and senior secondary school certificate examinations. Even so, we strive for constant growth, hence our motto, which says, "The soul grows by learning." Education is the art and science of learning, and an academic success is achieved by training the mind to reach above its potential. We here at St. Augustine's College also help in training the body through a variety of sporting activities. We have a standard and fully functional volleyball court, football field, badminton court, and a few others which are promoted for co-ed practice. As we all know, intelligence and smarts have often been argued as to which is most important. Well, whichever side you are on, know that you have the full support of St. Augustine's College, Ogara, Delta State, as we provide indoor games which require tactical thinking, such as chess, a mathematical approach to checkers, an educational game like Scrabble, and few others such as snakes and ladders and cards, which helps to ease the stress of workload over the weekend.
And that is not all.
Here, students are taught spiritual, moral, and academic values. While we strive for academic excellence, we do not neglect the spiritual life of our students. In the chapel, the Catholic Mass, prayers, and other spiritual agenda carried out. Cleanliness is next to godliness, and in our refectory, which is always clean, students are served nutritious meals at every point in time. Our school medic is available 24/7, and we have a very comfortable sick bay. In addition to this, we have a variety of laboratories, such as the Home Economics Laboratory, where students are taught various crafts, such as photography, sewing, and cooking, which help them in the outside world. In the Computer Laboratory, students are taught to be technologically smart. In the Science Laboratory, students carry out physics, chemistry, and biology practicals under the supervision of qualified teachers who break down ambiguous concepts into simpler concepts. The school library is equipped with books which are carefully selected to help each child in their academic journey. Our school is also a center for WAEC, NECO, and GCE examinations, and we have zero tolerance for examination malpractice.
St. Augustine's College, Ogara, is the place to be. Why don't you join this big, great family of ours, where every child is guaranteed to thrive? For more information on the college, you could dial these numbers: 091-699-73723, 091-699-73728, and 091-699-73729. St. Augustine's College, Ogara. The soul grows by learning.
This is TVM. TVM delivers breaking stories, global headlines, and the moments that matter. From exciting sports action to exclusive local events, we keep you connected. Celebrate our culture, people, and voices with powerful documentaries and inspiring stories. Experience premium entertainment, from trending music to urban lifestyle and beyond. Grow your spirit with life-changing messages and uplifting perspectives. Lead the way with bold conversations, fresh ideas, and thought-provoking shows. Wherever you are, whenever you want, watch TVM on all your devices. TVM, your world, your network.
And now, let's join ace broadcaster Mamode Akuga as he takes us inside the Niger Delta.
Hello out there and welcome. It's Inside the Niger Delta, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region. I'm your regular host, Mamode Akuga. The hotly debated and disputed ownership of oil wells between Cross River and Akwa Ibom State has resurfaced again after a recent report of the federal government's Interagency Committee on Oil-Producing States allegedly listed Cross River as an oil-producing state. This time, the government and people of Cross River are excitedly hopeful that the Supreme Court judgments that led to the takeover of 76 oil wells by Akwa Ibom State will be set aside. While for the Akwa Ibom government and its people, the judgment is final and the ownership of the oil wells are not in contention.
The federal government's Interagency Committee on Oil-Producing States, put together to verify the exact locations of over 1,000 new crude oil and gas wells, recently submitted its report to the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission, RMAFC. The entire exercise is set to ensure that the 13% derivation funds for oil-producing states are given to each state according to its volume of production. The report is allegedly said to have listed Cross River State as an oil and gas producing state. This has led to the resurgence of arguments over ownership of oil wells between Cross River State and its neighbor Akwa Ibom.
All the oil wells in question, whether existing or newly referenced, lie within Akwa Ibom State's recognized maritime and littoral boundaries. No interagency committee, no technical panel, and no institutional process can alter, amend, reinterpret, or sit on appeal over a judgment of the Supreme Court.
People blame the Supreme Court. I do not blame them, because they passed judgment on the facts that were presented before them. But those facts were wrong. And as far as I'm concerned, coordinates don't lie.
Following the ceding of the Bakassi Peninsula in 2002 and a Supreme Court ruling that declared Cross River a non-littoral state, Akwa Ibom took ownership of 76 oil wells previously attributed to Cross River. Since then, Akwa Ibom has continued to receive the 13% derivation revenue from those oil wells, a decision Cross River has consistently questioned. In fact, Governor Otu said the previous judgments were not based on verifiable evidence.
The issue that was taken to the International Court of Justice was between Cross River, Nigeria, and Cameroon. Was Akwa Ibom mentioned anywhere there? So how did Akwa Ibom come to benefit from wells? Akwa Ibom is 25 nautical miles away from Cameroon. So if before we had accepted the position, we can no longer accept it.
Meanwhile, the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission is reported to have, in a statement signed by its chairman, Dr. Mohammed Shehu, disowned reports that certain disputed crude oil and gas wells have been recommended for ceding to specific oil-producing states, insisting that no such decision has been taken. However, this has not quelled the heated exchanges between the two states, as residents from the two states continue to make their case.
A lot of people that came might not understand all the effort we made, all those things for us to have this 76 oil well. We came out to advise to let this not be taken away from us because of previous sacrifice.
For us, the 76 oil can go, but the new discovery, we are Victoria State, we are Cross River, we are now a state that we reckon with. So nobody will take our own oil from us.
However, for Mr. Anyefiok Odonkwak, who is from Akwa Ibom State, the oil rights issue is a very sensitive one that must be handled with caution, while Mr. Sami Etuk Esquire observes that the matter, which appears to be a political move, must not be allowed to further divide the sister states.
The fear of restiveness being rekindled in the oil-producing communities and the overall social impacts, we really would like to appeal to the federal government to look at these issues critically.
The Yorubas have an adage that the witch cried last night and the child died today. Who does not know? Why do we have this all of a sudden? There shouldn't be a political solution to any issue. Let the courts decide.
Well, as it stands, the recommendations of the Interagency Committee are before the Revenue Sharing Commission, waiting consideration before they are forwarded to President Bola Tinubu and the Attorney General of the Federation for necessary consideration.
Inside the Niger Delta.
The second edition of the Niger Delta Sports Festival, sponsored by the Niger Delta Development Commission NDDC, is currently ongoing in Benin City, Edo State. The sporting event, which brought together athletes and sports enthusiasts from the 9 states of the region, is a platform designed to promote peaceful coexistence and showcase local talents. The host governor of Edo State, Monday Okpebolo, and other dignitaries joined the leadership of the NDDC last Friday at the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium in Benin City for the opening ceremony.
The Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium came alive last Friday with color, music, and a spirit of sportsmanship as the Niger Delta Sport Festival officially kicked off. Vibrant cultural dances and a proud display of athletes from the 9 participating states of the region set the tone for the competition across different sport categories that will last for 7 days in the ancient city of Benin. This is the second edition of the region-wide sporting fiesta that is sponsored by the Niger Delta Development Commission NDDC. The first edition held last year in Akwa Ibom State. President Bola Tinubu, who was represented by the Minister of State for Industry, Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, Senator John Eno, declared the festival open.
Today, we do more than commence a sporting festival. We celebrate a vision. We celebrate our youth. And we celebrate a region whose story is evolving from one defined by its resources beneath the soil to one defined by the limitless potential of its people.
The host governor, Monday Okpebolo, drawing from the words of the president, said this is an avenue for grassroots talents from across communities in the oil-rich region to launch their careers in the sporting scene.
I urge you to compete with passion and integrity. Let your performance reflect the strength, courage, and demonstration of our people.
Both athletes and officials say they are battle ready to clinch the star prize.
We are fully prepared, as you can see. We are going to show the Niger Delta that we are really perseverance. We are going to do better than before.
Like what I've done, the competition, harnessing talents and bringing out the greatest in every athlete. And they are taking good care of the athletes. It's very good. Yes, I promise to do my best to get medals and to make my state proud.
They did a very excellent job because it's very exciting and encouraging as well.
For the chief organizer, The managing director of the NDDC, Dr. Samuel Obuku, contenders must remain disciplined and look out for each other, noting that the games are not just about winning medals, but about building character and promoting unity.
Success is not all about the number of medals you win. The success is all about showcasing your talent. Those who do not even win medals, sometimes they are the ones that even are highly promoted. So if you don't win today, you might win tomorrow.
Other dignitaries of the event described the sport festival as a laudable initiative and encouraged the commission to ensure the sustainability of the sporting event for youth development.
We discover them young and we can groom them. That's really what this is all about. This is second edition. We hope that we're able to institutionalize it and so that it's something that has come to stay.
And I am sure that before this week is over or these games are over, we are going to discover athletes that will go on to become world stars. So the NDDC is living up to its new slogan, which is it has gone from transaction to transformation. And we are transforming the region.
Inside the Niger Delta.
The Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, is strengthening its push for skills development in the area of clean energy with a training for youths on vehicle conversion to compressed natural gas, CNG. The training, which was flagged off last week at the Dakada Skills Acquisition Center in Uyo in Akwa Ibom State, will train 500 youths drawn from across the Niger Delta. The NDDC says the training will equip the young people from the region with practical skills that will enable them to take advantage of the opportunities in the evolving energy sector.
It's a new beginning for these 500 beneficiaries as they begin a 6-week training in compressed natural gas CNG auto gas conversion at the Dakada Skills Acquisition Center in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. As nations across the world turn to cleaner and more sustainable energy alternatives, compressed natural gas is increasingly recognized as a safer option that helps protect the ecosystem. The Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, is positioning youths of the oil-rich Niger Delta to take advantage of this shift by providing them with hands-on training and industry-relevant skills. At the flag-off ceremony held last week, the Chief Executive Officer of the NDDC, Dr. Samuel Obuku, was represented by the Executive Director of Projects, Sir Victor Antai.
The NDDC is deliberately investing in human capital of the Niger Delta today by training youths in professional CNG vehicle conversion techniques, providing hands-on technical and safety certification skills, creating pathways for employment and entrepreneurship.
Also speaking, a representative of the Presidential Compressed Natural Gas Initiative, a federal government program to promote conversion of existing petrol and diesel vehicles to CNG-powered ones, Mr. Olayinka Rufai described the initiative as timely and commendable.
It is our pathway to energy security, economic resilience, and environmental sustainability. To the great NDDC, we commend your foresight in recognizing that infrastructure alone is not enough.
The training follows the Memorandum of Understanding signed in 2024 between the NDDC and the Presidential Compressed Natural Gas Initiative. Participants, drawn from all 9 states of the region, expressed gratitude to the Commission and pledged to take the opportunity seriously.
And I also want to thank the Mr. President for his good initiative to make sure that the youth in Niger Delta are well engaged.
As a female in this male-dominated area, it's a privilege and opportunity to upgrade the female to learn more skills on it.
I'm going to put my best to ensure that I learn and then ensure also to equally teach the younger ones also from me. I send my deepest appreciation to NDDC for putting out this program and making me part of this program.
Other dignitaries at the event, including a representative of the Akwa Ibom State government, also commended the NDDC for investing in skills that align with national development and environmental sustainability goals.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Delta State Governor Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori says his administration's renewed investment in the state's educational institutions is aimed at properly positioning students with practical knowledge and hands-on skills that will enable them excel not just academically but also in their various professional fields of endeavor. Governor Oborevwori made this known last week while inaugurating 3 faculty buildings and other infrastructure projects at the University of Delta, Owa Alero campus.
Joined by his deputy Samonde Onyeme, alongside other political leaders and community stakeholders in the state, Governor Oborevwori was at the University of Delta, Owa Alero campus for the commissioning of the Faculty of Management and Social Sciences complex, the Faculty of Environmental Sciences building, and the Faculty of Engineering lecture hall.
In the name of God the Father, in the name of God the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Other facilities inaugurated include workshops, a 500-seater auditorium, and a fully equipped library.
The faculty buildings underscore government's commitment to providing a world-class learning environment in our educational institutions. This ceremony could be termed a harvest of projects.
For her part, the Vice-Chancellor of the institution, Professor Stella Chimeke, thanked the governor for the project, which she said will improve the students' overall learning experience and boost the institution's capacity to compete favorably with other universities across the world.
Your Excellency, thank you for honoring us, for believing in the future of our youths. The equipment that we have in our engineering faculty today, some older universities do not have it, and so we are grateful to Delta State for this provision.
In another development, Governor Sheriff Oborevwori says despite the challenges posed by the terrain of many riverine and rural communities in the state, his administration remains committed to ensuring widespread development across all parts of the state. The governor made this known last week while inspecting ongoing road projects in Oshimili North and Oshimili South local government areas of the state.
I assure the Oko people that we are ready. It's because of the terrain, the funds are there, the contractors have been fully mobilized with 40%. We expect them that before the end of this year, they'll try their best, but I know that they will finish this project before August 2027.
The governor's inspection team also visited the ongoing 12-kilometer Ugbolu-Okpanam Road project in Oshimili North local government area. The road was conceived to improve connectivity among communities in the area, as well as stimulate socio-economic development. Residents, including Mrs. Helen Obiazupo, commended the governor for initiating the project.
When rain falls before, rain will carry us. But now we get hope because of the gutter. It will help the business to move well because motor will be moving, people will be moving up and down and buying food.
Inside the Niger Delta, Azikil Group, oil and gas, dredging, power and air transportation. Azikil Group, petroleum product sufficiency, energy sustainability and infrastructure development.
Air Vice Marshal Samson Orishegbubemi Eyekosi says authorities in disaster response and management across Nigeria need to adopt proactive measures, including early warning signals in handling disasters. The military disaster and logistics expert, Air Vice Marshal Eyekosi, who recently launched his book titled Managing the Displaced, a guide for effective management of displaced persons, stressed the need for accountability and transparency to ensure victims of disasters are properly cared for and supported.
Family, friends and colleagues of Samson Orishegbubemi Eyekosi, cutting across different walks of life, including foreign nationals, disaster management professionals, and his Ishekiri kinsmen from Delta State, gathered to celebrate with him at a special Thanksgiving ceremony held at the NAF Conference Center and Suites last Saturday. The event also featured the launch of his book titled Managing the Displaced, a guide for effective management of displaced persons. The atmosphere was one of both celebration and deep reflection as dignitaries reviewed and discussed his book and the current state of disaster management in Nigeria and the urgent need for improvement.
A central argument of this book is the urgent need to move reactive to what we call proactive disaster management. Early warning systems, pre-position relief materials, pre-identified shelter locations, and continuous trained responders can significantly reduce human suffering, especially if we choose to act early.
Air Vice Marshal Samson Eyekosi has given us both a practical roadmap and a moral imperative. The question now is not just what we must read, but what we must do.
Others spoke on the person and personality of the Shekiri-born military officer and his career journey, which they say has been largely characterized by a commitment to humanitarian causes even as a military officer.
He's somebody actually that loves humanitarian service, ensuring that the poor, the needy are taken good care of. So the work he has done is a good one.
Those in charge of management of displaced person need to get this book. They need to critically study it and be kitted with the research that AVM Eyekosi has done in the area of disaster management.
Air Marshal Eyekosi was born on November 5th, 1975 to Shekiri parents who are from Omadino community in Warri South local government area of Delta State. After completing his primary and secondary education, he enlisted in the Nigerian Defense Academy, NDA, in 1992. He served as a cadet sergeant in his final year before his commissioning as a pilot officer with a specialty in supply in 1997. Over the years, he has served in various capacities within and outside Nigeria, earning recognition for his professionalism and leadership. He currently serves as Director of Peace Support Operations at the Nigerian Air Force Headquarters. Speaking at the book launch, he shared the motivation behind the book.
When things happen that make people suffer, maybe due to floods, maybe due to epidemics, we cannot just sit back and not do anything about it or just feel sorry for them. We must make efforts to support them in a more structured way so that they get help. If funds are released, if relief materials are released, if people contribute from what they have, it should be properly accounted for to help those in need.
He noted that disaster management is a collective responsibility. According to him, government agencies, civil society organizations, and citizens must all work together to ensure that vulnerable communities are properly prepared for disasters and adequately supported afterward. Air Vice Marshal Eyekosi, who turned 50 last November, is married to Mrs. Sally Eyekosi and they are blessed with 3 children.
Inside the Niger Delta.
All Progressives Congress chieftain and the 8th Ologbo Sheriff of Warri Kingdom, Chief Iremi Emami, says the expanding influence of the party in the state is a clear indication of the positive impact of the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Delta State. Chief Iremi made this known at a recent event in celebration of the February Valentine season of love with his Ishekiri kinsmen in Ugborodo, Warri Southwest local government area of Delta State.
It was fun and excitement galore for the 5 coastal communities that make for the Ugborodo Federated Communities in Warri Southwest local government area of Delta State as All Progressives Congress APC chieftain Chief Ayiri Imami organized a February Valentine get-together with the people where he distributed several gifts and packages that saw many people going home with cash gifts, food items, and even motorcycles. Speaking at the event, Chief Imami, the 8th Olugbosere of Warri Kingdom, said the essence of the celebration is to give back to his people in the spirit of the Valentine season.
I always come back to tell these people thank you. You know, when nobody was actually willing to support Asiwaju, these guys stood by me. The few votes we have around were from these guys. I know.
He also commended and thanked President Bola Tinubu for supporting and empowering the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, under the leadership of Dr. Samuel Ogbuku, which he said is indeed transforming communities across the region. He added that with the same wave of development being witnessed in Delta State under the stewardship of Sheriff Oborevwori, who is now aligned with the APC, he is confident that the party will record an impressive outing in the upcoming 2027 general elections.
Before now, we didn't have the governor, we didn't have local government chairman, we didn't have House of Assembly. But as you can speak, everybody now is in APC. So I know the movement for 2027 is sure.
Political and community stakeholders at the event commended Chief Ayiri for always keeping tabs with the grassroots.
It's a wonderful thing, and I want to say a big thank you to him. He's giving face to the renewed hope for more agenda.
It is interesting to know that we have people who have the interests of our people here at heart, and that is exactly what you see playing on ground. So I want to also use this opportunity to thank Chief Ayiri Imami, the Olugbosere of Warri.
This is not the first time Chief Ayiri is marking the season of love with philanthropy on Valentine's Day. Last year, he organized a similar program tagged President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Renewed Hope Valentine, where he distributed cash support, food items, and boat engines to Ilaje people from 4 riverine communities of Egbokuta, Costain, Agoila, and Agogboro, all in Warri Southwest local government area.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Well, that's the size of our package on the program for today. Inside the Niger Delta, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region will be back same time, same station next week. Until then, you can follow us on our social media handles shown right now on your screens. And please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDNTV Nigeria for these stories and many more. Until next week, I am Mamode Akuga thanking you for tuning in. Bye for now.
This is TVM. TVM delivers breaking stories, global headlines, and the moments that matter. From exciting sports action to exclusive local events, we keep you connected. Celebrate our culture, people, and voices with powerful documentaries and inspiring stories. Experience premium entertainment, from trending music to urban lifestyle and beyond. Grow your spirit with life-changing messages and uplifting perspectives. Lead the way with bold conversations, fresh ideas, and thought-provoking shows. Wherever you are, whenever you want, watch TVM on all your devices. TVM, your world, your network.
Hello.
Hello! Do you want to win amazing prizes? Just text TVM to +234 703 727 2983 and follow us on our social media platform and send a screenshot to our WhatsApp number +234 9028 518367 and stand a chance to grab airtime and data. Don't miss out. Text now.
As we all know, social media has done quite a lot for this generation, and we will accept that it has also boosted so many businesses. Today, I'll be talking about the ups and downs of the digital hustle. Simply put, the ups and downs of online businesses. I have with me in the studio an amazing personality, a career woman, and also a business woman. She's making waves in the online business space. So who else to join me discuss this other than herself? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I hope your hands are not too busy. Join me as I welcome Miss Rachel Akpioma. Hello, Miss Rachel.
Hello, Mara.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Thank you for joining me on today's episode of On the Couch. All right, so today we'll be discussing the ups and downs of online business, like I said earlier. And you know, On the Couch is a conversational segment. It's a conversational segment where we talk about anything and everything, unfiltered and unhinged. We discuss, we relax, and we discuss anything that pertains to human beings. Business, politics, relationships, what have you. We discuss everything and anything. You can always reach out to us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. Follow, like, share. You can always download our app on Google Play Store and make sure to follow us through and enjoy our content so that you can be entertained and educated, because on this episode we will entertain you as well as educate you. All right, Miss Rachel, let me start with you. I understand that you're in the online business space and you are doing exploits at the moment. So let me ask this: what was it that drove your what was it that prompted you to start your online business?
A crave to make extra money.
Oh, a crave for extra money. Well, yeah, we understand that business, you know, one of the reasons for starting up a business is for the extra cash. But yeah, so for some of us, we also start businesses to, you know, cater for people's need, make extra cash, and, you know, just to keep ourselves busy. And my amazing guest here has said that she started her online business just to get that extra cash. And how has it been for you?
It's been awesome.
Has it?
Yes.
Okay, so now you are on the couch to discuss the ups and downs of online businesses or digital hustle. So are you a dropshipper or do you own a shop currently?
Yeah.
You're a dropshipper?
Initially, I own a shop.
Okay.
But due to managing my career and running the shop, it wasn't easy because there's this challenge of managing in quotes the sales girls or sales personnel.
We're going to come to that. We're going to come to managing a store. Well, okay, so now presently you are a dropshipper.
It's strictly online.
Okay, online. So you do dropshipping.
I do dropshipping and I have goods at hand to
sell out.
So
for you, in your own term or in a layman's term, what would you say drop shipping is?
Drop shipping is, in a layman term, is getting from the supplier, the owner of the goods. Then you are the agent. Let me use that word.
More like
the middleman between the owner of the goods and the person buying it.
Okay. So you are the middleman between the supplier and the consumer. Yeah. So I think growing up in business studies or something like that, we did all this chain of production and all of that. So she is the middleman. You are the retailer in this
yes,
case, between the supplier and the consumer. So you are the point of contact that your consumer order from, and you are the point of contact that your supplier gives goods to.
Yes.
Interesting. So what would you say, which social media platforms have you used the most to market your business so far?
Sincerely, I've used the WhatsApp more.
Oh, WhatsApp.
Yes, I also use my Instagram, but I think I have more contact from my WhatsApp. Yes.
Okay, so because I think so many people, so many online businesses, they usually start from their WhatsApp, and then with time they now grow up to their Instagram, TikTok, and the rest of them.
Yes.
So how has it been for you since you started using WhatsApp?
It's been awesome, stress-free, because most of my customers already has access to me, so they know me. So there's no fear of ordering, getting what you did not order for.
Okay, what I ordered is what I got.
Yes.
Okay, so but for you as a drop shipper, how is it managing your supplier's inventory? What I mean by that is, your supplier can post something and tell you it's available, and then you on your end you now repost, and then so when you get orders for it, and then you now want to buy from your supplier now tells you, oh, it's sold out. How do you manage that? Because I have heard that is some of the issues that some vendors have with their suppliers and their customers, because some customers must have paid money to get this item, and then you on your end as a vendor, when you contact the supplier tells you, oh, it's sold out. So how do you manage the same?
Well, from my personal experience, I think I've had more of customers not paying on time.
Oh, okay.
They will make inquiries, I'll get back to you.
Oh.
And when they choose to get back to me, it's already sold out.
So, so this is a clue to as many of us that are viewing right now. If you are the type that always sell, or if you are the type that just want to make inquiries, and then they just goes to the vendor, and then whenever you feel or whenever you deem fit, you just pop up and say, oh, you want to get this now, and they tell you it's sold out. It's not an intentional thing. It's just that it's the wrong timing, kind of, because now that you're ready to get it, it's no longer in stock. I've heard some customers complain of things like that. They'll be like, this vendor, she's always acting as if she's always selling out. She's always acting as if she's always selling. I was trying to explain to the person, like, it's not like the vendor is always sold out. She must have been sold out from her end, maybe goods at hand, she must have been sold out, or her supplier must also have been sold out. So if her supplier is sold out, what do you want her to sell to you? To collect your money and run? Okay, all right, let's talk. We're still on the good side of online business, but let's delve a bit. Let's talk on some downsides of online business, like what we just explained now. I've heard of scenarios where the vendor now knows that the item is no longer in stock, but the customer has already paid for the item, and then you now tell the customer, oh, your item will be delivered to you in the next 3 to 4 days. Then the consumer or the customer on the other end now starts counting. They start waiting and waiting and waiting. As a vendor, that the item is not in stock, but you decide to take their money. And in most cases, some vendors, they abscond with the people's money. They just disappear. They stop replying messages. Some even block. They go as far as blocking. Even though you are a genuine vendor, what I mean by genuine is, even though you actually sell these things, but in that scenario, you did not have it in stock. I think that's where honesty comes in, don't you agree? Yes. Because I feel, as a vendor, come out pop and plain and tell your customer, this item, I had it before, you made payment. But unfortunately, checking my inventory, I discovered that it's no longer in stock. So I'm sorry, I'll have to do a refund to you, or I'm sorry, or do you want to keep the money with me? When it's in stock, I'll get it for you. I've heard cases like that. But for some vendors, for whatever reasons known to them, they decide to just hold the money, and they don't refund their customer, they don't pay to their supplier, and they don't even make efforts to go out and search for that item. Okay, now let's discuss logistics, because I understand that logistics in business, in online business, is a thing. It's a huge thing, because as a business owner, let me use our local parlance. As a business owner, if Webby driver never do you shaggy, nah, you're not in business.
You've not started.
You've not started business. As a business owner, if your driver never show you Pepe, I never start business. So as a business owner, how do you handle drivers, logistics? Both from either the logistics from your supplier's end or logistics from your end going to your supplier. How do you manage it?
It's just a felt thing to me. I'm a sincere person. When doing business with someone, I do my best to be transparent with you. So in each state of the conversation and the purchase, the transportation to the buyer, there's always room for transparency.
Of course.
And once your customers knows you, they are aware that this person is a transparent person. It will be much more easier for you to handle such cases. But I, for one, have not really had a serious transportation issue with.
Me, I've had.
I haven't.
I've had a friend of mine. You know, she sells different kinds of things. You know, so there was this particular time she was explaining to me. I was just my mouth was just agape, like. She said, you know, so she posted the item, and this customer made payment for the item, and then on getting back to her supplier told her it was out of stock. So she went back to the customer and said, "Oh, I'm so sorry, this item is out of stock." So the customer trusted her well enough to say, "Okay, you know what, hold the money, whenever it's in stock, get it and send it for me," you know, which was what happened. But now the supplier said, "I will not have this item until a certain time, say 1 month's time, say 2 months' time, I can't remember." But the supplier gave her a time frame of which she told the customer. The customer was like, "Okay, it's not really a necessity now, so it's not something that I need so urgently, so but hold it, whenever it's available, just send it to me." The supplier had that trust in the vendor. Now the vendor, on the other hand, had made payments to the supplier and all of that. So the delay started coming from the supplier's end. The supplier, you said 2 months time or 1 month time. Supplier started delaying and started giving all kinds of stories. "Oh, it's my China people. Oh, it's customs. Oh, it's not me. It's that. Okay, it has come. I've sent it to you." And I'm like, so what happened? What happened? I was asking the girl, I said, "So what now happened?" She said this supplier delayed her for as much as 4 months. Now, mind you, this customer was already on her neck, already pissed and already asking for a refund. You know, she did all kinds of things to pacify this customer, but the customer was not having it. The customer, you know, felt betrayed. Like, I trusted you to tell you, "Okay, keep this money," and you gave me a time frame, which I said, "Okay, fine, let's work with your time frame." But this is 4 months now, and we are still on this matter. You know what? Do me a refund. So she, you know, looked for all means to do the refund. She eventually did the refund. The day she did the refund to the customer, that was the day the goods got to worry.
Interesting.
The day she just, you know, was able to. And she will
have to contact the buyer.
She really did, and then the guy said he's no longer interested.
Oh no.
So she was left. She now had to, you know, make every means possible to sell out that particular product to at least get her money back to, you know. So, but these are the issues. You know, we always say these are the issues that online businesses face. There are so many ups and downs that online businesses face, and my amazing guest here has done justice. We're going to go on a very quick break right now. We will be right back, and when we come back, we'll talk more on this topic. But for now, let's go on this quick break. We'll be right back.
At DSAG Engineering and Services, we anticipate, manage, and deliver. Since 2000, we have been a leading EPC company, ensuring customer satisfaction through quality service and timely delivery. With integrity, proficiency, and innovation at our core, we provide world-class solutions tailored to your needs. From engineering designs and construction to procurement, manpower outsourcing, and maritime supplies, DSAG delivers excellence. Partner with us today. Visit www.dsag.net or call +23 4807 254 8724. DSAG Engineering and Services. Anticipate, manage, deliver.
Okay. Hello, welcome back from this really quick break. We are still on the ups and downs of the digital hustle, and I have an amazing guest with me in the studio, Miss Rachel Akpioma. Miss Rachel, yeah, we've spoken about what it is being a drop shipper. Now let's talk. You said you once had a store, and because you are a career woman, you tried to manage your career and your shop, so you had to close it down. So let's delve into that. How was it for you owning a store, having goods, inventory, paying salaries, paying logistics, paying bills, NEPA bills, and all kinds of rents and all of that? How was it for you?
It wasn't really
Let me take
easy.
you down memory lane a bit.
It wasn't easy.
Oh, really?
It wasn't.
Okay.
There's this people coming. Is it from council?
Yeah.
You have to sort them out.
Hmm.
Then
you pay your rent.
Pay rent.
You pay salaries.
There are times that you won't be able to go to get goods yourself, but you order from your suppliers, and they will end up giving you what you didn't even order for.
Oh, what's the order was the ones you got? Oh my God!
Simply because they probably want to clear off their old stock as well.
Okay.
So you have to deal with that, find a way to also sell out. Then there's this management of when you are not there. There's a difference between when the owner is there to running
the business.
Yes, and when he or she is not there.
Yeah. Sure.
So those were the issues, and over time I thought of it. Before you start running at loss, so no, let me step back a little and re-strategize.
So you think stepping back was the best choice?
For now, yes.
Oh, interesting. So you see, using the social media platform is not all that bad as you think and as you say. My amazing guest here once had a store. It's not a story of from grass to grace. Sorry, it's not a story of from grace to grass. It is actually a story of transition. It's a story of re-strategizing, like she said. So it's not a thing of, oh, she once had money and now she's a big woman. Anyway, you see her build her. she's a big babe. So, but she had to re-strategize. I see people, come online and they say, oh, business hasn't really been good for a while now. I want to take a step back. And then you start seeing people in the comment section backlashing them and blasting them and say, oh, if they sell, that's why it's not always
that.
It's not that. Some people listen, to run a business in Nigeria, your mental health is already at stake, first of all. Then now deciding, after looking at both the good side and the bad side, and you decide, you know what, let me choose one thing to do. Let me re-strategize. Let me use this social media platform. For some people that own business, I know of somebody that owns a store. She sells more on social media than she has work.
Yes, the walk-in shop.
Some people, they decide, instead of paying rent and paying all of these bills, let me just focus on this social media from the comfort of my space, from the comfort of my home, so I can even be able to do other things. Because when you have a store, you're just stuck there.
Yes.
It's either you're stuck there or, like you said, managing your business yourself is different from when somebody else runs it for you. So for some people, they decide, instead of having a business, a salesperson in my shop and, pursuing other things, let me focus on one. It's either I focus on my career, or I do my business from my home, or I sit in my store and do my business. And in most cases, some people that sit in their stores actually sell more online. They sell more online.
In this era of social media.
Yes, there was a lady on social media that said she's going to close down. She pays over 3 million per store rent every year, and she said the money she sells from the walk-in people that come in to buy, it's not even up to 100,000 in a month. But the money she sells online with her phone and her data, she sells over 2.something million. So do the math. Why do I pay 3 million a year? And I'm not saying that I'm not getting the value for my money from that store. Let me just, sit back like you did and re-strategize, which is what so many people now do. But for some people, now let's pinch on the consumer side. For some people, they don't like to patronize people that don't have a physical walk-in store. Why do you think that is? Because for some people, I've heard people say, "Oh, where am I coming to pick up?" And then when you give them a house address, they'll be like, "No, don't you have a physical store?" You tell them, "Oh no, so I don't have a physical store. No, I'm not buying from you."
It's based on, I will say it's based on their experience. I have a friend that contacted me on a product sometime in December. And is a friend, funny enough, she's my friend. So we've already discussed the products. When it was time for her to make payments, she have to do a video call.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Why?
She needed to. Yes, she needed to confirm that it's actually Rachel
that was talking to her.
Yes, that like 2 months back she had an encounter that after making payments she realized that she has been defrauded.
Oh my God.
Yes. So simply because of that, she have to confirm that she's dealing with me.
And it's just that, even at that
she doesn't want the scenario of your contact has been hacked. So
yeah,
I'm not aware of any transaction.
WhatsApp, yeah.
Do you get?
And even some people, if they want to see scam, some people now use AI tech, and they use your face even though it's not you. The AI generation that we are now, some people scam with using somebody's face to impersonate, and then the consumer feels, oh, it's Rachel they're talking to. Meanwhile, it's actually not Rachel. So it's just God that helps this online space. It's actually just God. Okay, so as a business person, I've talked about how you manage your store rents and all of that. How do you manage your inventory? Because I see people, I know of vendors that run sales almost every month. In short, in a month they can run sales like twice. Happy New Month sales, happy end of month sales, happy salary week sales. They run all kinds of sales.
They simply just want to clear off old stock.
But
that's the idea.
That's the idea.
Yes, the idea is to clear off every old stock.
So what is this for you, our amazing viewers? What is your experience? Are you an online vendor, or are you somebody that buys online? Are you an online customer? Let us know in the comment section what your experience has been so far. And as an online vendor, do you think that the online space is big enough? Do you think the online space has done more justice than harm for you as an online vendor? You can drop it on our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. Like, follow, share, and subscribe. And we'll be waiting to get your take on this topic. You can also send us a message on our WhatsApp number displayed on your screen. You can also send us a message on our number displayed on your screen, a text message. We'll be more than glad to get back to you. And our segment is open for sponsorship, so do well to sponsor our segments, and you can send in your adverts, so that we'll be more than glad to do adverts with you. All right, Miss Rachel, we're still talking on online business and this sales of a thing. You said people want to clear off their carts, that's why they keep running sales. But I think that some people know that they don't sell good items. Some people know that they charge. Okay, let me ask this question. How is it for you? I'm not going to ask for your secrets, but I want to ask I'm not going to ask for your secret, but I want to ask, as a business person, how do you manage your pricing to still be fair and still profitable? What I mean by that is, how do you manage your cost price? How do you manage, balancing your selling price to make sure that when you take out some costs and all of that, you still have something reasonable to go home with? How do you do that? How do you do the maths and accounts so that our viewers can learn, I can learn, every other person can learn? And
like they will say, I'm not putting all my frustration on the business.
Yes, right? So, yeah, even though you said...
You are aware of that saying, right?
When you began, you said that the motivation you had to start this business was to make extra cash. But then, yeah, you said now that you're not putting your frustration,
all my frustration,
all your family problem, all your frustration on your business. That's why your prices are
fair. Yes.
How is that?
My prices are fair enough. I'm not greedy.
Compared to your cost price.
Yes.
So you're saying that people that sell outrageously, I would call it outrageous. You're saying that people that sell outrageously, some of them are greedy, some of them are putting their family problems on them.
They just want to an extent, there's a way you do something, it becomes greed, it becomes extortion. It's no longer for the profiting anymore.
Just great.
Do you understand?
So this will bring me to a discussion I had with somebody a few days ago, and this person is an online vendor. There are some vendors that they post their products on their page and they post the prices on their caption. But for some customers that just want to be funny, they still slide in their DMs and ask how much. I'm coming to those customers. But now let's talk customers that they post their products and they don't put their prices. Why do you think why do you think vendors do that? They post their product and they do not put their prices.
And because it's only the serious-minded that will
slide into ask how much. Okay. Now the reason why I asked this is because I asked this person, I said, why don't you put the prices of your item that you're selling so that whoever scrolls through can easily know, oh, this item is selling for 30,000, this item is selling for this amount, And then the answer this guy gave me is outrageous.
What?
He said, because he knows his target audience. Makes a lot of sense. And I said, oh, really? He said, yes, that his target audience are, with all due respect to our brothers, his target audience are the Yahoo boys. I'm like, okay, so are you saying that somebody that is not a Yahoo boy, or somebody that does not do online fraud, cannot afford your items? Because some of his items are relatively cheap. Not cheap, like they are affordable, So, but, he said, well, when I read that statement, I was taken aback, like, so you're saying only Yahoo boys can get this item from you? And I say, yes, those are the people that he's posting for, not anybody. The reason why we had that discussion was there was this men's leather slippers he posted. I really admire this. So if you know me very well, you know that I love men's slippers. I don't wear female slippers. So just in case you want to get me a man's footwear. That's what I wear. Yeah. So yeah, I love men's footwear. So I asked her, like, how much is this slippers? I've had many backs and forth, and then he said, anyway, just so you know, it's 47,000 naira. And then I looked at this guy, like, I was even expecting to get 100 and something.
A common man can get that.
47,000 naira, they are saying it's only for Yahoo boys.
Even the quote Yahoo guys will think that thing is
fake. Is cheap. Some people will even think that thing they are selling is cheap. So I was like, okay, so if I want to get this now, will you not sell it for me? He said, if I have the money, he will sell it for me. I'm like, but this statement you made, saying is your target audience is for Yahoo boys, will make me not want to buy this thing from you anymore. Then he was like, if you don't want to buy, don't buy now. I have people that will buy. And I said, okay, no problem. Well, guess what? I did not buy the item from him. Not because I couldn't afford it at the time. I really wanted to get it for myself as a gift to myself.
You didn't because you're not a Yahoo girl.
No, it's not a matter of not being a Yahoo girl. It's a manner of approach. The way he spoke. We all have our target audiences, right? But there are ways you talk to people. There are ways. Okay, people just jump up and say they don't start selling. There are things you need to do. There is something called customer service. You need to know how to talk to people. You need to know how to convince people to buy things from you, even if they do not have the money at the time. for the way you have spoken to them, they'll want to consider patronizing you. Anyway, let's go on this quick break. When we come back, we'll talk more on this particular thing I just brought up now. Stay tuned.
At DSAG Engineering and Services, we anticipate, manage, and deliver. Since 2000, we have been a leading EPC company, ensuring customer satisfaction through quality service and timely delivery. With integrity, proficiency, and innovation at our core, we provide world-class solutions tailored to your needs. From engineering designs and construction to procurement, manpower outsourcing, and maritime supplies, DSAG delivers excellence. Partner with us today. Visit www.dsag.net or call +23 4807 254 8724. DSAG Engineering and Services, anticipate, manage, deliver. At DSAG Engineering and Services, we anticipate, manage, and deliver. Since 2000, we have been a leading EPC company, ensuring customer satisfaction through quality service and timely delivery. With integrity, proficiency, and innovation at our core, we provide world-class solutions tailored to your needs. From engineering designs and construction to procurement, manpower outsourcing, and maritime supplies, DSAG delivers excellence. Partner with us today. Visit www.dsag.net or call +23 4807 254 8724. DSAG Engineering and Services, anticipate, manage, deliver.
Welcome back from that really quick break. We're still talking the ups and downs of the digital hustle. Simply put, the ups and downs of the online hustle. And my amazing guest here, we're dissecting this issue. So there was something I brought up before we went on this quick break. I talked about a friend of mine who is an online vendor that doesn't put the price tag on his product that he's selling. And I confronted him, we had a back and forth, and he told me that he has this target audience that he's selling to and all of that. And then I was talking about your approach as a business person. You need to know how to talk to people, you need to know how to convince people, and to make them to patronize you, even though they do not have the funds at the time. You need to learn how to talk and market people. So, Ms. Rachel, I understand that you also fall into that line. Let me bring out your leg a little. I understand that you also fall into that line of, posting your product without putting the prices. Why do you do that? Or why do you think people do that? Because I know that you're one of them. Well, why do you do that?
I do that because I know that it's only a serious-minded person who will take his or her time to enter your DM to start negotiating. Yes.
No, some people just want to know how much. So look, listen, some people just want to know how much, because how can you post something and you don't put a price? Me, if I see something without price, even if I like it, I'll be skeptical to want to ask, because I don't want to ask now and then they'll tell me, are you buying now? No, it's not when you ask me how much.
No, it's the approach. This whole thing is all about the approach.
Like I said
before the break, we talked about approach. So it's about the approach. If you approach the person very well, even when the person is not ready to make that purchase, the person will always do a budget for it and get back to you. It's just that when they choose to get back to you, the product might not be available. Yes.
But for some people, right? For some people, for some customers and vendors, it depends on their relationship. If I ask you how much is this, and tell me it's 20,000, I would love to get it to. I'll make payment for it by end of month. It depends on our relationship. It depends on that's how I see it. I think it depends on the relationship, and it depends on the vendor understanding the customer's capacity.
Yeah, I've had a scenario where some of them will do a part payment.
Okay. And
yes.
They balance up.
Yes, they will balance up by so time. There's always a time frame to balance up and to pick up, and which they end up keeping to their own part of the bargain. Do you get? So that's how it works. So it depends on some vendors. Sorry to say, some vendors are mannerless.
Oh, thank God it's coming from fellow online vendors.
Yes, some vendors are mannerless.
Why do you say so?
They talk to you nonchalantly, like and they have the products. If you want to buy, buy. If you don't want to buy, have others that will buy.
And then at the end of the day, they start running health centers are begging people to buy.
Yes.
After chasing their helpers.
Yes, in food. So once you have 1 or 2 encounters with such individual, you wouldn't want to patronize them again. Do you get? So it's best as a vendor that your approach to your customers is welcoming so that they will come again.
Interesting. So you heard it right there from our amazing guest. She said as an online vendor, even if, you know, however the situation is, just try to be welcoming, try to be accommodating so that the customer finds a safe space with you so that they can always come back. Even though at the time of negotiating, they do not have the funds. But with the way you related with them, they would want to have every reason to come back to you. Now, still on my back and forth with that, my friend, I now had to pitch an idea to him, or I had to paint a scenario to him. I said, okay, now imagine you go to a supermarket, right? And they don't have the price tag on their item. No matter how financially buoyant you are, you don't want to know how much the item is that you're getting.
Yes.
No matter how, even if you're a billionaire,
Similar thing happened to me 2 days ago. I went to the supermarket and I wanted to pick just few items. Getting there, no price tag on it.
So you now see yourself going back and
yes,
forth.
I have to pick. No, I just picked those items and I took it to the cashier. She confirmed the prices on them, and there was one that I have to drop because my budget.
That was way above your budget.
Yes, so I have to drop it. Then I paid for the rest and I left.
That's the thing. So imagine going to a supermarket that does not have a price tag. You know, it gives you that doubt. Should I take this? I don't know if this is way above my budget, like she has rightly said. I don't know if it's way above my budget. I don't know if it's under my budget. I don't know if this is the fake. I don't know if this is the real. So you now see yourself, imagine the scenario of, you know, going back and forth to ask, how much is this, how much is that? Or you now pick everything, at the end they now tell you, oh, this one is more than this. It's crazy. It's the same thing as posting your items without prices, and then
it's not really the same.
For me, it's the same thing as posting your
it's
items
not the same.
Posting your
it's not the same because whoever that is buying will end up buying, like I did.
That's what I just said.
It's not the same.
I might tell you, oh, I like this. How much? You tell me 50,000. I like this. Why do I have to ask you how much? And why don't just post it? Let me know the one that my pocket can carry. Instead of coming to ask you how much.
Do you know that?
How much
yes, I do.
You enjoy it?
Yes.
Really?
Because there are times that favor will just speak for the person. Yeah, that's the truth. I may choose to, if you come to my DM now and said, Rachel, how much is this stuff? I can decide to give you a friendly price that I will not post as the initial price.
Oh, okay. That's also another side of it.
Yes.
For some people, this same guy, the discussion with this guy still went long ago. He said, okay, that the reason why he does not post prices alongside his products is, you know, he said the target audience are the Yahoo boys. I know that they are Yahoo boys and they are Yahoo boys. So he said the initial item of, let's say for instance, this wristwatch now that he's selling. He said this wristwatch, original price is 40,000 naira. The original selling price 40,000 naira. He can sell it to me because he knows my capacity. He can sell it to me at that 40,000 or even way less than that. But for a Yahoo boy, he could sell it as much as 100,000 naira for him. So it depends on whoever slides to his DM to ask how much. Like
yes.
So, but why? I think that's where greed comes in, if you ask me. Because something that you sell 40,000 naira, why not just sell it 40,000 naira for whoever? Whether it's the rich, the poor, the high and mighty, sell it that price. Whoever can afford it will afford it. Whoever tells you, oh, it's above my budget, and then you work with their budget. Instead of, you know, being, I will call it greed. You're being greedy and you tell something you sell for 40,000 now, you now say, oh, because this person has money, let me give them 100,000. And then maybe at the end you now go back and forth and then you end at 80,000 or 90,000. You've made
business is not like that. You lose some to gain some.
No,
that's how business works. No, that's not. Well, I don't know what to say to that. Yes, but in my own perspective, you lose some and you gain some.
So
there are some cases that you have to use the gain of this particular product to make up for the other.
I'll call that greed if you ask me. I'll call it greed.
No.
Why sell something?
It depends on your it depends on your relationship with the person that is buying.
Mind you, like let's say that's research now. Mind you, he must have gotten it for say 20,000 or 25,000. So you already first of all have your.
There's a way that someone will approach you that you will go above or be below your limits.
Yes, like I said.
Yes.
And he said
that the reason why I said there's a place for, in quote, favor. The person may just obtain favor in your sight and you just choose to just sell to the person.
No, that's favor aspect. I want to be on the favor aspect. Please favor me. If I slide to your DM, favor me and give me a way lesser price, okay? But for those that they know that with the original price they are selling, you are first of all going to make profits. On top of that, you now triple it or even double it. Like you said, when I talk about the men's leather palm slipper, and then you said, oh, 47,000 is even cheap. Some Yahoo boys will not want to even buy it.
Yes, they will think it's inferior.
For some people, they'll feel, oh, if I tell this guy it's 40,000, he might think it's too cheap, or he might think it's the fake. Let me make it 150. I've
had an encounter with our mutual friend, and the person wanted to get perfume from her.
Okay.
And she called a particular amount. And the person just said, no, that's cheap.
Oh my God.
That's how she missed that business.
Are you serious?
Yes. She missed it. I was there, it's not...
So
she missed the transaction.
So on one end, it's a thing of greed.
Funny enough, the customer, the supposed customer, isn't a Yahoo guy or is a man, a matured man.
So I don't know what to say. So for me, from my end, I'll call it greed, right? And extortion, like you earlier said. But from what you just explained now, I'm trying to see some sense in it because it still doesn't make sense to me. Something that I originally would sell at a particular price and make quite some gain, even after taking out my way bill costs and all of that.
They think there's this general notion that once it's cheap, it's inferior.
Yes, exactly. Why do people have that general notion? Do you have that? Are you of that school of thought that when an item is cheap, it is inferior? If you do, please jump in the comment section. Let us school you. Let us explain to you why it is not. Because I've seen people sell good quality stuff, right? I know your product you sell, they're quality stuff. But for some people, they'll say it and say, why would I buy this item for this amount? And then somebody out there will sell that same quality, that same product for almost times 3 of the price that you're selling.
Yes, and they will think that is the idea.
That is the original thing. So please help us to help you. Help us to help you, you know. And again, I know some you will not blame some customers too. Some vendors tell you, oh, this one is of low quality and then this one is of high quality, and then they give you a lower price and then give you a higher price. I know for a fact, I know somebody that does that. She'll tell you item A is of low quality. Man, that's the original one. Or that's a new stock. Then she'll tell you item B is of higher quality. Man, that's the old stock or the poor quality. Just so that you buy this one. You understand? Because nobody wants to see a poor stuff and buy. Nobody wants to see.
And out of trust, you want to go for it.
Yes, you want to just watch and go for it.
She knows what she's saying.
In such cases, that's where you see what I ordered versus what I got. All right, we'll come back to wrap it up. Let's go for this really quick sip. We'll be right back.
At DSAG Engineering and Services, we anticipate, manage, and deliver. Since 2000, we have been a leading EPC company, ensuring customer satisfaction through quality service and timely delivery. With integrity, proficiency, and innovation at our core, we provide world-class solutions tailored to your needs. From engineering designs and construction to procurement, manpower outsourcing, and maritime supplies, DSAG delivers excellence. Partner with us today. Visit www.dsag.net or call +23 4807 254 8724. DSAG Engineering and Services, anticipate, manage, deliver. At DSAG Engineering.
welcome back, guys. So we're still talking about the ups and downs of the digital hustle, the online business, and my amazing guest here has been doing justice. We're talking about people, vendors that post their items and do not put their prices. She's one of them. Oh, she's a culprit, so that's why I have to bring up that talk. She's one of them. She posts her items and she does not put prices. But though she's given me an insight on why she does that, and now I can see sense in it. But I will not say I can see sense in it, because I still feel some people do it out of greed. Because tell me why something that you sell for, something relatively cheap, of which you make your profit, then when somebody of a certain class asks you how much or wants to negotiate with you, you now triple the price and you double the price, because people are of the opinion that when it's cheap, it's inferior. And then she had a lot to say. So Ms. Rachel, you were saying something in the line of you don't post your prices because people want to get favor and all of that. Did I catch you off guard? You were saying something in the line of people don't post their prices because favor speaks for some people. That
no, the primary reason why people, me inclusive, do not post the prices is simply because it's only the serious-minded that will slide into your DM to want to know more about the product and the price.
But I will not say it's only the serious-minded, because for some people, you just want to know how much and get going. Then if I ask you,
that's not true.
I'm coming. In my head, it shouldn't be more than 20K. And when I slide into your DM, you tell me 35K. I'm gone, because it's above my budget. So you will not call.
Do you know that there's a way we will discuss it, we'll have the conversation, and you end up buying it, even though it's above your budget.
Yes. So that is where customer service comes in. We spoke about customer service. For some people, they just sleep and wake up tomorrow and just say, I want to do business, without knowing how to speak to people, without knowing how to negotiate deals, without knowing how to, manage relationship. Look, business in Nigeria, business anywhere, is not a small feat. It's not for the small-minded. Listen, you need to understand how to manage people. You need to understand how to relate to people, how to manage your relationship with people. You need to understand how to, just understand how to coordinate things, how to negotiate. Some people can call outrageous prices. In the process of negotiating, you might post an item of, say, 30,000, and somebody comes to tell you, my budget is 12,000. What do you do?
I have a friend that sells hair.
Okay.
I also have cousins that sells same hair. The friend that sells hair, her hair is usually very fine, but extremely expensive.
Yes. Emphasis on extremely.
Extremely, not. In fact, as at yesterday, someone was telling me about that same hair stuff. That she has made payment, that the delivery date is not working fine the way
she wanted.
Yes, that she's going to ask for a refund. She was like asking for my opinion if she should go ahead to get the refund or not. But I, for one, know that when I'm ready to get the hair that I want, maybe I have a particular hair in mind to get, irrespective of the fact that I am aware that her hair is extremely expensive, I will still go back to her.
Okay.
Yes.
So why do you say her hair is extremely expensive?
It's expensive
compared to what you see outside.
Yes, from others.
Because you mentioned you have a friend that sells hair and you have a cousin that also sells hair.
Yes.
So comparing their prices.
Yes, because I have varieties. I've gotten some hair from this one. Okay. I've gotten some from this one.
So you know,
and up to date. Yes, up to date, I still see the qualities of both hairs. So if you compare it, you want to damn the price.
I and damn the consequences, and you go for what's good.
Do you get?
All right, so this is where I think this is where the talk of cheap price attracts inferiority, because you said now it's damn expensive, but the quality is also damn good. Right?
Good,
so, but for some people, you know, the price might be cheap and then quality might be cheap.
Yes.
Yeah, so, awesome. Okay, let's talk how online businesses has boosted the economy of Nigeria, because whether we agree to it or not, online businesses, in fact, businesses generally adds in one way or the other to the current economy of the country. So how would you say that your business is contributing to the economy of the country?
My business or online business?
Online business, your business, any business.
Online business has removed urgent 2K from the street.
Oh my goodness! Yes.
That's the truth.
True.
Urgent 2K is, if you notice, that trend has drastically reduced because we are all selling one thing or the other online.
Yeah. And then there's somebody
those that are not even selling, those that have their craft, maybe they make hair or something, those that does tailoring, they do that from the comfort of their homes.
Yeah, and then they post it on their social
media. Without having to look for how to get shop
and all of that.
Do you get? So yes, it has actually helped and reduced unemployment and the likes of it.
So it will still take me down to what I said earlier. Because you want to reduce the rate at which you request for urgent 2K, or the rate at which urgent 2K comes up, the need for urgent 2K comes up, and you want to delve into a business, I would advise that you have a business mentor, don't you think? Somebody that guides you through that path. Because like I said, for some people, they do not know what business is about. They just believe, oh, it's supposed their products and they get orders, they sell. They do not know anything about relationship management. They don't know anything about customer service. They don't know anything about accounting, because you have to be accountable. You have to know what your cost price is. You have to know how much you're making. You have to know what you're spending for your cost, for your expenses and all of that. But for some people, they just wake up and say, oh, I want to start selling bed sheets. Oh, I want to start selling this and that. You know,
but that's where knowing your flair comes in.
Some people don't even have any flair for anything.
They do.
For some people, I'm telling you for a fact, people that I know, they're just there to just post. They just want to post and just make money. You said in the beginning that what prompted you to start your business was to make money, right? But some people, they just want to make money. They don't want to So people are really.
Some people are not good at buying and selling.
So yes, some people know that they are not good at buying and selling, but oh, my friends are selling. My friends have online businesses. Let me too have online.
Do you know that I started selling perfume from merely people coming to me like, I love the way you smell. What fragrance are you wearing?
From compliments you were getting, you started a business from it. That's interesting.
I started it.
So you might look good and tell you, oh, you look good, and then you can just use it as an inspiration to want to sell one or two things that.
So when I got the compliment from like more than 5 people and they wanted that same fragrance,
you started turning to business.
Of course. Avenue has come now. God has answered my prayer. What's my own?
You didn't want to worry to account.
Can you help me to get it? Yes. They gave me money and I went. I have to add my own now. Business has started.
Interesting.
So there's always something that you have a flair for. Though I was smart enough anyway.
Yes, the smart one. So you need to be smart to think in that direction.
Yes.
Some people, I wouldn't say. Some people are generous enough to want to give out their contacts, to give out their suppliers.
No, it's no longer these days.
Well, but it goes both ways. Now let's look at it this way. Now, I got something from you. Let's say I got this wristwatch from you, and then I wear it and I get compliments. Oh, I love this wristwatch. Where did you get it from? And then I give them your number. As against standing and say, oh, okay, I sell, and then I sell it. I give them your number. That's God answering your prayer. You've gotten a customer. A smart person, from what you just said, a smart person will take that as a business avenue, as an avenue to make
especially when this compliments they are coming too often. It should be an eye opener to you that maybe you should look at this direction.
Not everybody looks at it like that.
Really? But you will be there looking for urgent 2K.
So you said some people are not good at buying and selling. I might not be good at buying.
That's that drop shipping starts.
Exactly.
It's as simple as that.
I may not be good at buying and selling.
Because
give your contact to the person. But for some people, they say, okay, this is an avenue to make money. Okay, I sell the wristwatch. This is how much I sell it, and then I'll start making business.
Some people, they don't even want to know if you sell it. Oh, I love this wristwatch.
How much is it?
How much is it?
Take the money and get it for me.
It's as simple as that.
Beautiful. So, you have to be smart.
You have to be streetwise now.
Streetwise so that you don't go about asking for urgent 2K, because in this generation, like she said, and I agree with her, urgent the wants and the era of urgent 2K has drastically died down. I would say, if I do say so myself. All right. Then we talked about how our online business has boosted the Nigerian economy, and you mentioned urgent 2K. Now let's talk importation. Let's talk. Do you do importation? Do you order from China and all of that?
Wow. Initially, when I started, I wanted to. In fact, at the time, I attended some classes on it because you have to learn what you do not know.
Yeah.
But I realized that I wasn't really good at it for whatever reason, I don't know. So I have to step back, truthfully. So I get from someone that does the
direct importation.
Yes.
Okay. So let me ask this question while we're rounding up this session. Let me ask this question. As a business person, as an online business person, how would you handle a customer who's your friend that knows that you sell, say, this resource, you sell this resource, and they don't buy from you, but they buy from someone else, and then haven't bought an inferior quality, they now come to your DM and start lamenting on something that they buy or that they bought? How would you handle? So because some people can be very, very, very funny. How would you handle a situation like that? A friend of yours did not buy from you after negotiating with you and all of that, and then you in your mind, you've had this in your mind that okay, this person wants to buy, and then the person turns around to go and buy from elsewhere, and then in the end maybe gets scammed or duped, and then now come back to you to start lamenting of how they were duped and how they were scammed, because I've heard such stories a lot. How do you handle such?
The friend should come so that we'll do the actual purchase now.
Oh, the person should go.
Because I cannot stress myself over your own mistakes now.
Why?
Why would I want to do that? Maybe you saw me here before going your way. So when you are ready to get the original thing, come to Mama. Mama will sort you out.
Come to Mama for me. All right, so one last word from you to our viewers, our online vendors, and our online customers. One last word from you.
You can start from wherever you are.
Right.
You must not own a shop. Start from wherever you are. You can start as a drop shipper. You can start by running an errand for someone, getting, even if it's 5K that you are getting, start from there. Then with time, you will grow and you will get there.
Somebody say amen.
Amen.
All right, so my advice to people is do what is right, take advantage when you see one, be streetwise and be street smart. You can always contact us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. Like, share, subscribe, and I expect to see your comments by the end of this show. All right, thank you so much for being part of us. Thank you so much for joining me, Miss Rachel.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Okay, guys, that's it on this episode. Bye for now.
Bye.
This is TVM. TVM delivers breaking stories, global headlines, and the moments that matter. From exciting sports action to exclusive local events, we keep you connected. Celebrate our culture, people, and voices with powerful documentaries and inspiring stories. Experience premium entertainment, from trending music to urban lifestyle and beyond. Grow your spirit with life-changing messages and uplifting perspectives. Lead the way with bold conversations, fresh ideas, and thought-provoking shows. Wherever you are, whenever you want, watch TVM on all your devices. TVM, your world, your network.
Hello there, welcome to today's broadcast on Men's Workroom. Men's Workroom talks about, it speaks of like a laboratory, a workshop, a processing house where you deal with issues before you take them to the showroom to show to our world and market to our world. And in this men's workroom, we will be looking at different issues that pertains to men on how we can live our lives as married men and have a successful home, a successful father, successful businessmen, successful money mongers and millionaires and billionaires. Today we are going to start with what they say is the most important thing a man needs from a woman, and that is the word respect. Respect. There's a whole lot of things going out there talking about respect. Now, what is respect? It's a feeling of deep admiration for someone or something. A feeling of deep admiration for someone or something. When a man feels respected, he feels alive and on top of the world. To take our journey, we are going to consult the book that God gave to mankind to direct his life, called the Bible. We're going to take a ride from there, and we're just going to be taking it in beats and then be driving it home till we all get perfected in it. And that's St. Matthew's Gospel, chapter number 7 and verse number 12. I'm going to read first from the Common English Bible translation. It says, "Therefore, you should treat people in the same way that you want people to treat you. This is the law and the prophet." You should treat people in the same way you want people to treat you. I read it in Complete Jewish Bible, and it goes like this: "Always treat others as you would like them to treat you." That sums up the teaching of the Torah and the prophets. That sums up the teachings of the Torah and the prophets. It means everything Moses was trying to teach the children of Israel, down from Exodus down to Deuteronomy, is about treating people the way you want to be treated. Everything Isaiah, Jeremiah, Hosea, and all they taught was to bring man to this point. And you really know that when we come to this point of realization and living our lives in the real sense of it, of treating people the way we want them to treat us, this world will be a very balanced place, because you will have a thought before you act. You will have a rethink before you do things. The Godword translation, the C part of it says, that is the meaning of Moses' teachings and the prophets. So I'll start my journey to let you know that since the greatest need that man has of his wife, or man needs from his wife, is respect, I would say that respect starts with you. I'll say that because I bring the quote of John C. Maxwell that says that everything rises and falls on the shoulder or the wings of leadership. Now, a leader is one who influences others to carry out a function or achieve a common goal. That is what a leader is. So respect in the home will actually start with you. It starts with you because you have a whole lot to benefit. Some of the benefits you have to derive from respect starting with you is that, number one, you are the man. It is very important because you are the man. Being the man also means, number 2, that you are the head. Being the head means you are the top of everything. Joy, pain, sorrow, happiness, and celebration. Number 3, you are the chief culture officer of your home. Culture is the way a group of people behave, is this lifestyle, the way and manner in which a group of people or society in a society behave. You are the chief culture officer in your home. The next point is that you are the man in charge. You as the man, you are in charge. You are in charge of victory. You are in charge of woes. You are in charge of tales. You are in charge of everything in the home. Next is that you are responsible. You are responsible for the atmosphere. The atmosphere determines the richness of the soil. Determines the richness of the soil. If we can't get the atmosphere right, though the nutrients in the ground might be good, over time it's going to respond to what the atmosphere carries. So it is very, very important. And the last thing I wrote down is that you are going to give account of your life and how you manage the resources, which is your wife, your children, everybody in your home, the human capital or the human resources in your home, as well as the material resources and your time in the home. So it is very important that you do this so that you can have a beautiful home full of respect. So the next thing I'm going to bring out is to look at how you can achieve a home full of respect. I just talked about the relevance of it, or the benefit of it. So how do you keep a home full of respect, where your wife respects you to the maximum, what a Jamaican man would call the maximum? How do you do that? Number 1, you will need to make your wife know how much you love and appreciate her. How much you love and appreciate her. When women are not appreciated, they give birth to us. They give birth for us damaged products. They give birth for us unhealthy atmosphere. They give birth for us resistance. They give birth for us everything that will shorten our lifespan. So it is very, very important that we do that. And in making this work, we need to start with our thoughts, because as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Our thoughts pattern determines our lifestyle. Our thought pattern determines our actions and our reactions. The next thing we need to put forth in showing our wife to show our wives that we appreciate them is our words. Your words have to be loving, appreciating, and kind. It doesn't have to be judgmental, but it has to be peace, giving, loving, tender, and nice. And thirdly, it has to be in our actions. Action, they say, is louder than voice. If you tell a woman, I love you, and she believes you, and you act opposite or otherwise, and you tell her again you love her, and you act otherwise, she's going to stop believing you over a period of time, because you can't fool somebody all the time. You may fool them sometimes, but you can't fool them all the time. So it is important that your words, your thoughts, your action, and your words tally. Today we have lots of people who are praying for their wives to die. I'm telling you, they are praying for their wives to die so they can marry another wife, because they're tired of her behavior, they are tired of the way she acts. Could it be because of the things that you put in her, the atmosphere you create, the way you behave towards her, that is affecting the way that the atmosphere of your house goes? So check all of these things. It will affect the way you get respect in the home, because as you want others to do to you, you ought to do it. You ought to do that way. And it starts with the mind. If your wife has offended you, she's done so many terrible things to you, and you want to move your life forward, the place to start from is to change your mind about her. If you didn't used to admire her before, now start admiring her. Start looking at her and bring back to memory all those things you like. I've heard some men say, oh, when I married her, she was so slim. Now she's not fat. She's not fat. After 2 children, she's fat. Oh, she's fat, but she's still your wife. Whether slim or fat, she's still your wife. Whatever she is right now, she's still your wife. Whether healthy or sick, she's still your wife. To help you go through this and not go the destructive line is to start looking at those things that you still like about her, amplify it. There's a tone to which there's a volume to which you amplify it. It will drown the things you do not like. So to change your mind, start celebrating the good sides. It will affect the sides you don't like and keep you going, because marriage is not supposed to be for a little distance. It's for a lifetime. Because the benefits it's going to bring to you are this. Number one, it will boost our self-confidence. And when our self-confidence is boosted, you are going to be amazed and so truly blessed. Number two, it will teach your children to do the same. Because most times it's like parents, like kids. Like parents, like kids. The culture you create affects the culture they disseminate. Number three, it will promote the spirit of honor in your home. The spirit of honor brings about riches, brings about health, brings about wealth, brings about protection. It keeps the devil away. Woo! I love that. It keeps the devil away. So when you promote honor, it keeps the devil away. Number four, it buys you respect. When you show your wife you love her, it earns you respect. It earns you respect. I've seen some women, although some women can be very, very crazy. I've seen some women, they see their husband come to tell their friend, see, the fool is coming again. The fool is coming again. How can you say that about your wife, about your husband, who is your head, your crown, and the glory of your home? And that's not good at all. So it is important we do this. Then the next point I'll drop here is for you to take note that some men feel that when you show your wife too much that you love her, they will come to the point of over familiarity. They start looking down on you, start having that superiority complex. Now, any woman who looks down on you because you tell her, I love you as my wife, doesn't have honor in her. Now, if that's the case, if that's your state, then we need another class to deal with that, because there's a way to deal with that kind of issue. But on a normal note, if you let your wife know you love her and you appreciate her, it's just going to boost her love and respect and honor for you. The next point is that it glorifies God. Everybody wants to glorify God. Everybody wants to make God glad. Everybody wants to bless the Lord, and that blesses the Lord. The last thing I wrote down here is that it kills the tendency of separation and divorce. Today, so many marriages are heading towards the rock. They are heading towards the rock, and the time to deal with it is now. Respect given is one strong way to keep the devil away from sponsoring divorce or separation in your home. Now, to end this class, you have to do me a favor. Having spent this time talking to you, you need to do this for yourself and do me this favor, because your success is my delight. Do this. Write down 3 things you're going to do differently to show your wife that you love her and to improve the culture of honor and respect in your home. Write down 3 things you're going to do to make her know you love her and you appreciate her. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next episode. Don't forget, my name is Victor Atenagha. I remain your partner to a successful home. Be blessed.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode on Men's Workroom. For questions and contributions, please do write Reverend Victor Atenagha via the email address showing on your screen, and we're gonna get back to you answering your questions. Thank you for watching Men's Workroom.
In every democracy, power does not operate in silence. Someone must ask the questions, tell the stories, and shine the lights where others would rather keep things hidden. In Nigeria, that responsibility largely falls on the media. From newspaper and radio to television and digital platform, the media plays a powerful role in how the country is governed. Here on Explained, we're going to be looking at the roles of media in governance, how it informs, checks powers, shapes public opinion, and strengthens democracy.
When we talk about the media, we mean newspapers, radio, television, and digital platforms such as news websites and social media. In Nigeria, the media reaches millions of people every day in cities, towns, and rural communities. From early morning radio to the late night TV news, the media is often the first source of information to the public. The first major role of the media in governance is information. The media tells Nigerians what the government is doing, new policies, budgets, laws, appointments, and national decisions. Without the media, most citizens would be completely disconnected from the government activities. By reporting the news, the media keeps governance visible and open to the public. Another important role of the media is acting as a watchdog. Journalists observe government actions, investigate wrongdoing, and expose corruption or abuse of power. When public funds are misused or leaders fail to do their jobs, the media brings these issues to public attention. This role helps discourage bad behavior in government and remind leaders that the public is watching. Because of media reports, government officials are often forced to explain their actions. When stories trend in the media, ministries issue statements, agencies respond, and sometimes investigations are opened. This process is called accountability. Leaders being answerable to the people. In this way, the media helps balance power between the government and its citizens. The media does not only report news, it also educates the public. Through discussions, interviews, and special programs, media explains government policies, citizens' rights, and national issues in simple language. Radio programs in local languages and TV discussions help Nigerians understand how governance affects their daily lives. Elections are a major part of governance, and the media plays a key role during this period. The media educates voters, introduces candidates, reports campaigns, and monitors the electoral process. On election days, media coverage helps promote transparency and reduces the speed of rumors. This helps citizens make informed choices and strengthens democracy. The media also gives ordinary Nigerians a voice. Through phone-in programs, interviews, and social media engagements, citizens can express their opinions and raise concerns. This allows the government to hear directly from the people and encourages public participation in governance. Despite its importance, the media in Nigeria faces challenges. These include pressure from powerful individuals, threats to journalists, lack of funding, and the spread of fake news. Some media houses also struggle to remain independent. These challenges affect how effectively the media can perform in its role in governance. Without the media, governance would lack transparency. The media connects the government to the people, keeps leaders accountable, and helps citizens stay informed. A free and responsible media strengthens good governance and democracy in Nigeria.
In the story of Nigeria's democracy, the media is more than just an observer. It is an active participant. By informing the public, holding leaders accountable, and giving voice to the people,
Jesus, let me hear you scream. You know, we're living in a time where the world is searching for answers in the wrong places. But we know that it is only in the Word of God we can find all the answers that we need. Do you believe that? God's Word is life. My Word is a lamb unto my feet. My Word is a light unto my path. I believe that I shall have whatsoever that I say, 'cause that's what your words say of me. It's real easy. Sing thy word. Whatsoever that I say, that's what your words say. Say I will You sing. I will not bow, I will not faint, I believe to become all that God wants me to be.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Get your feet say, neighbor. Sweet boss. But don't go night. Where my people? But don't go night. You can come down. Jesus, you too much. What you've done in my life. Jesus, you too much. Jesus, you too much. Jesus, you too much. I don't know what's on the